Everybody, how is it going? Welcome to the League of Europe. We are here for the third preseason race, the final preseason race, shall I say, of the night, or of the actual league for season 4. My name is J. Carl. I am actually covering for Iberbrin Mike for tonight, as for some unknown reason he is nowhere to be seen. I'm not too sure as to where he has gone, but nevertheless, I am here. I am going to be the one taking you through the 5th lobby for tonight. As you can see, we have got 16 drivers here as well. Jordan, as you can see, is the one that is currently going out on track. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really done comms on a lot of these guys, to be honest with you. I think the only ones I've really done comms on are the likes of Illo, Ryan B, Ghost, and Jasper, and Smitsky as well, I'm pretty sure, at one point. So it's going to be interesting to see how a few of these guys get on. As I said, it's completely new to myself as to who's going to be where. I know Ryan B has taken the win on the last 2 preseason races in the nice coated black Mercedes there, and I probably expect him to take the win for tonight as well. So in fact, I believe he is going to be the furthest one out on track at the moment, so we'll keep our eye on it. In fact, he isn't. It's actually Svenos Dios, I think, is the one that is the furthest out on track as we speak. So we'll go on board with Svenos. As he is sitting in the racing point, having a bit of a wobble through Maggots and Beckett's. I believe the Belgium is going to be, yeah, as I said, he's going to be the first one on a lap, so we'll keep our eye out on him. So here we go, Svenos now going to be starting a lap around the Silverstone circuit. 14 corners around here, and we'll keep our eye out on how he gets on. Here we go, going around turn 2, making his way around the turn 3. Has a little bit of a lock up, unfortunately. It does the Racing Point driver. Now making his way on to the first DRS straight. He is going to have DRS wide open from right now. And we will see what his first sector time is going to be looking like. His first sector is a 27.0. Of course, it is purple because it's the only one that has actually set one so far. Has got a Mercedes up ahead of him, but going through Brooklands, he had a massive lock-up going into that, so hopefully it shouldn't damper his time. It looked like he still took it quite nicely and at the exit as well. Now making his way up towards Cops, will stick on board with the Racing Point of Svenos, and took that quite nicely. I think he had to ease off ever so slightly, but again, doesn't look like it's hindered his lap. Now going through Maggots and Beckett's. Smitsky is up ahead of him. Hopefully he doesn't block his lap, although Svenos has also gone wide, and that is his lap over and done with. I think he got a little bit too scared from Smitsky on that one. Ryan B has done just invalidated his lap, unfortunately, as well. So he is not going to be the next one to come across the line. It's not Swip either. It looks as if Maverick is going to be the next one to make his way up to the line. He is purple in sector 2. Of course, I think he's one of the only ones that are still valid at the moment. Now making his way around Stowe, taking it around in 6th gear in the Haas. The Haas, I must admit, actually looking like quite a nice car, as Svenos actually did complete his lap. It was only a 31.5. I know he'll want to improve that, so he's probably going to look to go again. But Maverick coming across the line for the first official lap is going to be a 25.5. Just behind him, I think it was someone that is just starting a lap, as Jordan has put himself and done a 25.6. Who's going to be the next one across the line? Looks like it is the Williams of Mr. Steve Roebuck, or Steve-O, making his way back into the league. He has done a 26.2. Ghost Recon just starting his lap right now. I think Jasper is going to be the next one to make his way around the final corner, make his way up to the line. Is he going to chuck it on pole? No, he doesn't. He does only a 26.3, only a 10th, well, less than a 10th behind Steve-O. So decent lap from him. United Bosnia, the ones that have guys are saying is going to challenge Ryan, is actually just starting his lap right now. I'll put the tyre detail up on the screen so you guys can see that. In fact, he's actually just taking it nice and slow, so he's just gonna cut that, and I think as allowing, I think that's Craigie who's just done his lap, so I don't know if he's gonna be going for yet another lap. We have got an Alfa Romeo coming up to the line. It is Cloudy Cloud, but I don't think has managed to set a time. I think it was just an invalidated time, so unfortunate for him. Svenos, I think, is coming up to do his first official lap now, and has gone and done a 25.6. Got Mark in the chat just saying, yes, J. Cole, how's it going, Mark? How's it going? I know I just literally spoke to you about 20 minutes ago, but hey-oh. In fact, is Ghost going to be the next one across the line? No, it's for Williams. In fact, that is Steamer, so it's going to be Ghost is the next one across the line. So he's unfortunately invalidated his lap, or it says he's invalidated his lap. Whether that is true or not, I'm not too sure. Ibob is coming up to the line, however. Has done a 1:45.3. I know he is going to improve that time anyway, so we will see. As I think he's actually just had a spin into turn 1. Luckily, no damage, so he can still carry on if he wanted to, as he's actually just been disqualified for blocking the pit lane, even though he's off the track. What? Huh? Okay. That's a little bit broken. That is definitely broken. On board with Jav as he is now making his way around the final corner. Is it going to be any contention with these guys up ahead? He has done a 25.9, slotting himself into P5. I've also just seen Smitsky doing a 5.7, unfortunately. Making his way into the pits. Ryan B on an outlap. You know what? We'll go on board with him because, as I said, he is the one that has taken the win on the last 2 races, or last 2 pre-season races. So we'll stick on board with it. Plus, you get to see the nice new black Mercedes livery on here as well. So we'll stick on board with a lap with Ryan B. I'm going to shut up and go silent, and we'll see how he fares on with it. Yeah, so there was the lap from Ryan B. I am really sorry, I thought I had unmuted my mic. Thank you, Ghost. But yeah, so we'll stick on board with Bosnia as... Oh, Maverick actually, I've just seen, has improved on his time. Decent effort from him as Bosnia. A little bit too deep through Beckett. And I think he has just slowed down his time ever so slightly, although Slayer is giving him the slipstream as he makes his way around Stowe. Done that very, very nicely. I think it looks as if he's still going for this lap, as now Bosnia making his way around Club Corner and up to the final corner and around across the line. He actually puts it into P2 just ahead of Ryan B. But all Maverick is the one still on pole position. Another one that could look to challenge him is going to be Jordan JT, as he's actually invalidated his lap, so he isn't going to be looking to try and go for another time. Although, saying that, he might try and go for something very shortly. There are 6 minutes left of qualifying, and I'm just going to check in chat. We've got Dave saying Paul always breaking the rules. I don't know what happened with Ibo. I don't know how that's happened. Ibo saying damn you rules. Dave, muted yourself. Yeah, I did, just to let Ryan B go for his lap, and silly me forgot to unmute myself. We're on board with the Spaniard of Jav, or shall I say the Spaniard Brit, because he definitely doesn't sound like he's from Spain. He has got a McLaren of United Bosnia up ahead of him though. I don't know if Bosnia is carrying on with a lap. No, he's going into the pits. But Jav, a little bit of a slide through Stowe. It may have slowed down his lap time ever so slightly, but yeah, it's definitely slowed down his lap time. He was going so well for him. I think he was actually also up on his lap time, and I don't know what happened with him, but very unfortunate for him. It doesn't look as if anyone else is coming up to him anyway, so that is perfectly fine. I know his teammate SWWIPJMB, or SwipJ, I don't know how you say his name, is starting this lap, as Craigie has unfortunately retired from the session. I think it looks as if it is at Cops, unfortunately for him. But we'll go aboard with the other Red Bull actually, as he is doing his lap now. In fact, Jav is giving him the slipstream for it as well, so Swip. What's his first sector going to be? It's a 27.2. He's 5 tenths up on his time. That is going to put him, still keep him in P12 for now, but he, sorry, P13 for now. Sorry. We will see where he does end up though. Everybody just saying span into pit lane, trying to go flat out in turn 1. Yeah, no, I saw that. I don't know how it said that you was blocking it though, Ibo. Like you was well off the track already. So no idea. There we go. Swip making his way up towards the line. He has improved on his time and he's done a 26.9, so he is into the 26s. He, I think, is trying to maybe challenge where Jasper is. Jasper probably wanted to get out and do another lap soon. But there is the Alfa Romeo of Cloudy Cloud now starting his lap on a set of the mediums, ironically. So this is going to be his final run. I can see a Mercedes that is coming out. I think that is Ryan B making his way out of the pit lane. But we'll stick on board with the Alfa Romeo of Cloudy Cloud. As DRS is now going to be activated for him. It did look like he got a nice exit out of turn 4, so we'll see if he is going to be trying to challenge any of these guys in the midfield. As I said, he is on a set of the mediums, so one of the only ones that will be setting a time on the mediums, the other one being, of course, Craig and Ibo, but Ibo unfortunately getting disqualified. A bit of a BS disqualification, if I do say so. But here we go, making it around Cops. He keeps it in 7th gear, full flat out through Cops. Now making his way around Maggots and Beckett's. There is a Red Bull that is going slow, but he is trying to move out of the way for Cloudy Cloud. Done a good job of doing that as well. And here we go. 103.3 on the set of the mediums. That's going to put him, I would say, around where Jav and Jasper are. From the looks of things, it will be around that sort of time. But here we go now. Cloudy Cloud making his way up to the penultimate chicane. Or the final chicane, shall I say, the penultimate corner. Now around the final corner. It's a 27-0 on a set of mediums, and he might be going again, if I'm not mistaken. I think he is going again, but Smitsky going around Brooklands, he is almost a 10th up on his time. Ryan B is starting his final lap. Maverick and Bosnia also on their final, or on an out lap, as Slayer has actually put himself up into P2. A very good time from Slayer, as Invictus is the one that's going quite slow. Bosnia starting his lap. Anybody actually close to finishing their lap? Ghost is on the back straight. Maverick is getting ready to start his lap. In fact, we'll stick on board with Ghost. In fact, he's on 0 ERS at the moment as well, so he isn't going to be finishing his lap. Smitsky will go back on board with them. As he's making his way around Stowe right now. I didn't see if he was up on his time. However, we will see at the end of this lap if he does improve on his time. His teammate is the one sitting in P4, but is Smitsky going to actually look to challenge him, making his way around the line? He's actually put on pole at 25.2 from Smitsky. The Brit putting it on pole for now. So decent lap time for him. Steve-O just starting his lap. SWW is in the pits. Jav is just about to start his lap. There is an Alfa Romeo. I don't know if that is Cloudy Cloud. It is. And Ryan B is also just behind him. So we'll keep our eye out on these guys. As Cloudy Cloud around the final corner. Not unfortunate to do anything. Ryan B chucks it on pole. Only 9/100ths of a second up ahead of his teammate. Well, Jordan JT, he's making his way around the final sets of corners. I think he's actually getting up to start his lap right now. So nothing that he can do. Oh, Maverick, I think, has actually spun. So he isn't going to be improving on his lap time. What about Svenos Dios, as he's invalidated his lap time? Slayer makes his way into the pits. Jasper, I think, is just starting, or is gearing up to start his lap. United Bosnia is going to be the next one across the line. So he's unfortunately invalidated his lap time as well. So he isn't improving. I think that's actually going to put Ryan B on pole already, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, no, Jordan has also got his lap to do. Ghost has invalidated his lap. Someone could just come out of the blue as well. No, so Smitsky does go into the pits. Steve-O invalidates and goes into the pits. Jav, I think he's looking to improve on this time, and improving he possibly shall, as he makes his way around the final set of corners. Jav around the final corner. It's 25-3. It wasn't enough to challenge him. What about Jordan? Jordan, I think, is possibly the last one, and same with Svenos. Jasper, I'm just going to go on board with him, as he's not making his way around the final corner. That was Cloudy Cloud. He does slot up ahead of SW, by the way, so he puts himself up into P13. I'm going to go on board. Yeah, where's Jordan on here? Here he is. Jordan, 25-4. He does go up ahead of Bosnia. Svenos, the last one to make his way around the final corner. Well, in fact, Jasper will be, but Svenos does not improve on his time. In fact, he was down on his time. And Jasper invalidated his lap, so he is going into the pits. That is going to be it for the final pre-season race for Season 4. Ryan B is the one on pole. Is he going to take the win, however? So yeah, there is your order. You have got Ryan B And Smitsky, the Mercs 1-2, kind of resembling what it's like in real life, starting on the front row of the grid. Maverick in P3 with Jav in 4th, Slayer in 5th, Jordan JT in 6th, Bosnia in 7th with the Belgian of Svenos Diaz in P8, Ghost in 9th with Stevo rounding out the top 10, Invictus in P11, Jasper in 12th with Cloudy Cloud in P13, and SW in P14, Craigie in 15th, and Ibo. I still don't know how that counted as him blocking the pit lane, but was disqualified and is starting at the back of the grid. I think Flipnam's Ram also had joined, so he is more than likely going to be the one starting at the back of the grid. So yeah, he will be starting in P17. Just wait for SW to retire, or just wait the other 10 seconds, and then we can get this race underway. Slitsky just saying it's DAS, it's the DAS system. But the top 11 all split within a second, or within 7 tenths, or about 7 tenths, shall I say. So very close between those guys. Jasper, I know, is going to want to try and move his way back up through that grid. Same with Cloudy Cloud, although those guys from 11th downwards are all going to be starting possibly on like an alternate strategy. Invictus definitely has the advantage of doing this, especially in P11 and being so close to those guys up ahead. He may go for that medium compound attire. Has got a big upgrade to finish P3. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Smitsky is saying Ryan for the win. Jav saying that you surprised himself. How'd you surprise yourself? So yeah, these guys are all doing a formation lap right now. Yeah, Flipnaz Ram is the one that is starting at the back of the grid. Let's have a look and see what tires the rest of the guys have gone on outside of the top 10. So in fact, Invictus is going on a set of softs, and so is Flipnam's Ram. The rest of the guys outside that top 10 are on a set of mediums, so Jasper could be a little bit of a dark horse going into this. We will see, we will see. So let's have some predictions in the chat from you people and see who you think is going to take the win on this one. Here we go, and the lights are out, and away we go for the final preseason race of the season. Someone has just had a bit of a spin in the background. I think that was Cloudy Cloud, unfortunately, but Ryan B is the one that is still leading around the final preseason race. Smitsky keeping it in P2 with All Maverick in third. Jav moving his way up to fourth. Jordan in fifth with Slayer down in sixth, as Jav and Maverick have just traded positions. Jav down the going around the outside of All Maverick. That was actually a very good move for the Red Bull driver. Very good move indeed, but it doesn't know what Maverick has done. He's trying to go down the inside of Jav going in towards Brooklands. He's managed to take the deeper line going into it. Jav has just given that one up and staying down in P4. Jordan keeping his P5, and Slayer and Svenos trading places. So Svenos now back up into P6. Slayer did not have the best of starts from the looks of it. Svenos is actually now down at the P7 and getting challenged by Ghost Recon. Both side by side going through cops. Backed off quite a hefty amount. Ghost now into P7, and now he's side by side with United Bosnia going through Magas and Beckett. In fact, Svenos has had to back off for that one. So Svenos now down into P8, P9 even. I didn't even realise he lost that many places, unfortunately for him. Massive collision just behind as Invictus and Stevo have come into contact. And, well, I'm not too sure what had happened from those guys there, but Jord and Javs, both side by side going through Stowe. Bit of contact between the pair of them. I don't think any wing damage from Jord, but still both side by side as Jav moves his way up into P4. Jordan has had to give up that position, but Ghost and Slayer very close together now, both with each other going in towards turn one. I think. Who is that that's ghosting? Is that All Maverick? Well, he says he's ghosting, but honestly not too sure. I think the positions will probably sort themselves out in a minute, as Cloudy Cloud has just got an 5-second stop go for speeding into the pit lane, unfortunately for him. But for some reason it says Ryan B is all the way down in 7th when I know he's currently leading the race. Here we go, the positions starting to sort themselves out. Yeah, so obviously other than Stevo and Cloudy Cloud and Invictus as well, you can see it. Ryan B is the one currently still leading, with Smitsky only just behind his teammate with Maverick in third. Then a bit of a gap, and then you've got Jav and Jord, this battle that's going on up on your screen. Ghost is sitting in P5 with Bosnia in 6th, as Svenos has binned it, and there is a safety car already, only on lap 3. So, are these guys that are on a set of softs potentially going to be going on the set of mediums or going on a set of hards? We will have to wait and see, as Cloudy Cloud's actually had a spin under the safety car as well, I believe. As Jav actually is the one going into the pits. He did get a 5-second stop go for speed in the pit lane. United Bosnia has also gone into the pits. And I think that is also SW into the pits as well, but going very slowly so he doesn't try and double stack with his teammate. But Ryan B, the one that is still leading. Siski in 2nd with Maverick in 3rd, Jordan 4th, Ghost in P5. Slayer getting making his way up ever so slightly back in the P6. Flip Nams Ram from the back of the grid into P7. Jasper, as I said, he is trying to go for that alternate strategy and is looking a bit of a dark horse in that one. He is sitting in P8 with Craigie in P9 and Nibbo rounding out the top 10. Invictus sitting in P11 after having that collision with with Stevo. In P12 is Jav. He's gone for a set of the hards with Bosnia in 13th, also going for a set of hards. SW in P14, also into the pits, possibly going on a set of hards. Or was he on a set of softs? That's actually a set of softs. Interestingly enough. Okay. So he's going to be 2-stopping to the end of the race. Stevo in P15. And Cloudy Cloud in P16. I don't think safety car is going to be in this lap. It will more likely be in on the next lap. So we'll see how these guys fare on. Again, Jasper, Craigie and Ivo sitting in the top 10 on a set of mediums. Could potentially go their way. So I'm sure we'll be seeing the safety car possibly coming in this lap, although I do see that a few people still haven't actually managed to catch up as of yet, as Steve-O, I think, may have gone into the pits to try and just go on a set of the hards to the end of the race, which is fair enough. So we'll see if he does. We'll see if it does come into the pits. No, it has actually stayed out for another lap. So we have got racing once again, and Smitsky, I'm really sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Smitsky has had a absolute atrocious start, and Ryan B already almost a second up ahead of Alt Maverick. Jordan is now in the third with Ghost in the fourth, Slayer into fifth. I'm not too sure what had happened with that restart, but United Bosnia is doing well to make his way back through the field. He's only, he's just behind SWW. So we will see how he fares on trying to overtake him again. He's on a set of hard tyres going to the end of the race. Craigie is the one sitting in P8 at the moment on a set of mediums. Doing quite well, I must admit, as Jasper also had quite a bit of a bad start as well. I'm not too sure what had happened to him. Has he got any wing damage? Doesn't look it. Cloudy Clouds. Again, it doesn't look like he has. I'm going to have a look at the pit stops and see if anyone has made stops. So Jav's made 2. Very strange. Very, very strange. As Ghost picking up a 3-second time penalty. As there are yellows, it looks as if it is Ibo, as Ryan B setting the fastest lap of the race so far, a 28.9. As there are more yellows than it is, I think that's Flipman's Ram, unfortunately, at the final corner having that spin. As, oh, Maverick, I don't know what's happened to him. He's off at turn 2. with no front wing, and there's yet another safety car. So safety car has come back out. Steve-O, I've just seen was going very, very slowly coming through cops, but it doesn't look as if he's got any sort of wing damage at all either. Safety car was glitched. I really hope we don't have what just happened in D4. I really hope not. So yeah, the guys on the set of the mediums, set of softs are actually making their way into the pit. Smart thing, they're probably going to put on a set of the mediums to the end of the race. Let's see, Craigie is the one that's going to be leading at the moment. Also, probably better for him to lead out. I don't think this is what he would have wanted, however. 2 safety cars on the trot. But look at the pit lane, it's absolutely stacked. Everyone has come into the pits. Ryan B is continuing to lead the way with that Ghost, getting himself up into second. So he has managed to actually jump Jord. So Ghost is actually in a net P2. Let's have a look. Anyone else actually stopped? In fact, Jav's the one that's technically in the lead. Cloudy Cloud has made that stop already, but he's on another set of mediums, so he's 2 stopping. So Jav is actually net lead, Ryan B in second, and Ghost is in P3. This has taken a very weird turn, but Craigie is going to be the one leading away under the safety car on the restart. But literally the whole field is on a set of mediums. But I think Smitsky made his way into the pits, put on a set of mediums, but they were other, well, I think he had to double stack it with Ryan B. And Mark and Craigie winning, goddamn, yeah. That's what I'm saying, it's massive turn of events. So are we going to see if the safety car comes in this lap, however? Let's have a look. Coming around Stowe. Safety car is in this lap. Okay, so Craigie is having to slow down the entire pack in order to get this going. Let's see. Safety car is in. Craigie is going. And it is enough as well. So Craigie getting actually a very good start off the line as Jav. Straight past Jasper. And Ryan B, he's going to have a little bit of traffic to deal with. He's got to get past Cloudy Cloud as dives it down the inside of the Alfa Romeo into turn 3. Getting that move done nicely. And now Jav, he's going to try and get past Craigie as Jordan and Ghost Recon both side by side. Ghost trying to go back around the outside of Jordan now onto the first DRS straight. Obviously DRS isn't going to be enabled because safety car has just come back in. Ghost getting that place back from the Scotsman of Jordan, and there are more yellows. It is Invictus unfortunately having a spin. I'm not too sure if he had a bit of contact with anybody, but he is now all the way down into P16 as there are battles going on all up the field. As just in the background you can see there's still a battle going on between Ghost and Jordan. Ryan B picking himself up a 3-second time penalty as Jav and Craigie both side by side. Craigie has had to yield that position as I don't think he left Jav enough space going through Beckett's, unfortunately. So Jav now taking the lead of the race and is already 1.1 seconds up ahead as Jasper and Ryan B both side by side. Jasper trying to defend his position from the Merc of Ryan. Ryan has to actually give up that position. So Jasper causing a bit of something with him, and Jasper and Craigie, a little bit of contact between the pair of them. I think Jasper may have lost himself a bit of front wing as Ibo unfortunately having a spin at Cops and no ERS left either. And Jav, he's already 2 seconds up ahead of Craigie, so he's just absolutely running away with it. Jasper does run wide though as Ryan B getting that move done on the Alpha, and Jasper not giving up that position. No, it's still both side by side as Ryan ran very wide coming out of turn 3, but Jasper I think just lost it on traction. Now Ghost has gotten past, but Ghost picking himself up the 3-second time penalty. Jasper is losing places left, right and centre as Ghost. This is for a net lead. A little bit of contact between the pair of them, but Ghost trying to go down the inside of Ryan up into Brooklands, but has had to yield that position. And now you've got Cloudy Cloud and Jordan. Jordan losing out on quite a bit of time from those guys. And, well, from the likes of Ghost and Ryan B, as they are now, already split by, 1.5 seconds between them now? As Ghost, he isn't hanging around on wanting to try and get past Ryan B. He is sticking just behind him as Marek picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, but Ghost not getting the better exit from him, between him and Ryan. However, is gaining on him on the straight, but DRS is going to be wide open next lap. And I said Ryan B was the one that's in the net lead. It's not, as Craigie gets a very bad exit coming out of Stowe, and Ryan B straight down the inside of Craigie gets that move done. Craigie's also had to give up their position from Ghost as well. Jav setting the fastest lap of the race, and I said he's the one that's actually in the net lead of the race. He's 4.5 seconds already up the road from Ryan B. He doesn't even need to make another pit stop, or potentially not even needing to make another pit stop. As there are more yellows, Jasper has gone off at turn 2, or the exit of turn 1. I'm not too sure if he's just got a bit of oversteer. I know it can be quite easy to lose it from there. But I think this is a battle we are going to see. It is going to be between Ghost and Ryan. This is for, in fact, it is actually P2. But we are actually going to go on board with Smitsky as he is having a little bit of a, or he's got a little bit of a train behind him of SW, Maverick and Bosnia. As Bosnia, I think, is actually trying to go down the inside of Maverick into Cops. They're now both side by side. Maverick side by side through Magnus and Beckett. Maverick has actually just picked himself up some wing damage going straight into the back of Bosnia. Unfortunate for the American, as he was actually having a pretty decent start. Well, he had a pretty decent start. Not gone his way since the safety cars had come out, but he's held his own as Jordan now side by side with Craigie. As Craigie actually goes into the pits and has taken George with him. It's one of those rookie errors that you don't want to happen. I think Craigie should have backed off just to let him know he was going into the pits. And now George's been disqualified for going the wrong way. And the Invictus has managed to actually undercut Craigie. But Maverick DRS now wide open for the American on Brit of Cloudy Cloud, going straight down the inside of him. Both still side by side. Don't forget, Maverick has got that wing damage, gets that move done on Cloudy Cloud. And he's now trying to make some positions back up from getting that damage from the back of the McLaren of Bosnia. But Ghost still keeping tabs with Ryan B. He's actually doing a very good job of keeping up with him as well. So we could be in for a bit of a battle between these two, the Brit versus the American. As Bosnia is closed up to the back of Smitsky, you are starting to see gaps forming up in all of this as well. Just looking in the chat now, Dave saying so I leave, and now Craig is leading with the same huge tyres as Ryan B. Yeah, I think it was just glitched at that time as well, man. Sven saying lost the car and Cops feels bad, man. Unlucky, bro. Dave saying Verstappen holding a 4-second lead over Hamilton. I think that's what everybody is probably hoping for tomorrow. As Ghost, I think that's his second 3-second time penalty. I believe Ryan only has one. If you guys do watch the streams that I normally do, I never like looking at the penalties until it comes to the end of the race. Just, you know, keeping it a bit of a mystery. So that's not going to change this evening either. So Ghost, again, he's doing really well, just keeping up with Ryan B. I mean, especially considering that Ryan B has, you know, absolutely stormed the last two pre-season races. Jav as well, going a bit unnoticed up front, still keeping 4 seconds up ahead of the Brit. But this is the battle we are on board with. It is Smitsky and Bosnia for P5 and for P6. Bosnia doing quite well to recover from where he was. I think he just may have lost quite a lot of positions under the pit. Well, under the pit lane from when the safety car had come out, but he's doing well to keep back up with Smitsky, and I think he's eyeing up a move on the Brit in the Merc. As he is approaching him, is the Bosnian going to get the overtake done? He dives it down the inside of Smitsky, a little bit of contact between the pair of them, I think, but enough space left, and Bosnia now up into P5, straight down the inside of him, and he's going to try and chase down Slayer. So very good move from him indeed. Ibo is just saying in the chat that he is unfortunately stuck in overtake. Very unfortunate, Ibo. I'm not too sure as to why you are stuck in overtake. Have got Cloudy Cloud with the DRS wide open on Maverick. Remember, Maverick has got that wing damage. I don't think he's been able to actually shift away Cloudy Cloud, unfortunately for him. And he's opting to stay out as Cloudy Cloud actually makes his way into the pit. So he's going on a set of the softs to the end of the race. And could potentially do quite well. Well, he's not going to do quite well because, I mean, the pit lane very long. I don't know if he would have needed to pit for hards, to be honest with you, previously. If he wanted any chance of, you know, being able to keep up with all of these guys. But I suppose we'll see come the end of the race. There could be another safety car that comes out. Might help him. Ghost. Still 4 tenths behind Ryan B. Ryan just doing enough to stay up ahead of the American. There are yellows in Sector 1. I think that is Cloudy Cloud as he came out of the pits as well. It just looks like Ryan B is a lot quicker in a straight compared to Ghost. And you can see how much ERS he has got saved up in comparison to him, as Jav setting the fastest lap of the race at 28.3 right now. As SW has just picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. We're going to have a look actually at the biggest movers and the biggest losers. So let's have a look. So Flipnam's Ram from the back of the grid, now up into P9, moving up 8 positions. SW as well, moving up 7 positions. Ghost moving up 6. Craigie, Ibo and Jav all moving up 3. Bosnia moving himself up 2. And Slayer moving himself up 1 position. Biggest loser, unfortunately, is Jordan, who actually got disqualified from the race, the same as Spenos. Unfortunately, having a crash at Cops. But the ones that are still in the race at the moment, Alt Maverick, unfortunately going down 5 positions with that wing damage. Sminsky moving himself down 4 as well. Ryan B also dropping the 1 place down into 2nd position. Victus just picked himself up a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately, but there you have it. I mean, Ghost is doing a very good job as well. Again, keeping up with Ryan B. Again, unfortunately, not going to be close enough to getting any sort of move done on the Brit, but that DRS is helping him keep within that second of Ryan B. So Ryan needs to do a little bit of a charge, possibly between now and the first DRS straight, if he wants to try and shake him off. It's a bit of a battle for P9. Flipnam's Ram getting past Stephen Roebuck. I do apologise for doing that. As Flipnam's Ram actually makes his way into the pits, so he is going on a set of softs. Could he possibly be going for the fastest lap? We shall wait and see. Bosnia has actually caught up to the back of Slayer. It looks like Ghost is now out of that 1 second range of Ryan B. So Ryan has done just enough to keep him out of that. But yeah, we'll go on board with Bosnia. He's only 6 tenths behind Slayer. And let's have a look. DRS is now wide open for the man in the McLaren. Not unfortunately close enough. As Ghost, you can already see, yeah, look, 1.1 seconds now behind Ryan B. Ryan is now starting to get his charge on, and I think he's starting to make his way out to Jav. It was 4.8 seconds, I think, about 2 or 3 laps ago, and I think Jav's medium tyres are now starting to go off. So Bosnia I think just making his way past Ibo, just being lapped from there. As Bosnia has actually set a purple sector 1, so he is on an absolute charge to well, not only get past, well, he's gotten past Smitsky actually. I didn't even catch. Yeah, he did get past Smitsky. Sorry, my apologies. It's just trying to get past the Dutchman of Slayer. As it looked like Slayer got a much better exit than what Bosnia did out of Chapel. But again, the DRS is going to help the Bosnian man to stay behind Slayer. J Luke just saying, are my eyes deceiving me, Jav in P1? Your eyes are not deceiving you. He is currently in first. As there are yellows in sector 3, that is, I think that's Ivo. Might have just been getting out of the way, I'm not too sure, but SW has made his way into the pits. Interestingly enough. As this being the closest battle out on track, Slayer doing just enough to keep Bosnia at arm's length. Larkin saying thought Jav was meant to be ill and he's winning. Yeah, he certainly is. As Bosnia got a much better exit than what Slayer has done. Bosnia now trying to go around the outside, possibly of Slayer. No, he has actually just backed off from that fight. Fair play to Bosnia for doing that. Slayer, you can see, well, both of these guys are starting to run out of ERS as Ghost picking himself up. Get another 3-second time penalty. But both quite low on ERS. You can see Slayer's light flashing at the back of that car. Bosnia catching up to him. Is he going to try and move it into Stowe? No, he doesn't. Stays behind for now, but Slayer did have a little bit of a wobble going through Stowe, or the exit of Stowe. As the two Ferraris have actually just traded places of Flip Nazaram and Craigie, so they're having their little battle at the back over there as well. As Slayer, having a massive lock-up in turn 3. So, and another lock-up in the turn 4. Bosnia now has the opportunity to try and get the move done on Slayer. No, he does not. He has just lost it on traction, but DRS is now going to be wide open. Overtake and in Rich Fuel Mix. Slayer trying to cover off the inside of Brooklands. Is Bosnia going to try and move around the outside? He's broken a lot later than what Slayer has, still both side by side, but Slayer, very good defending, keeping that position from the McLaren, although Bosnia, again, he does just always seem to get a much better exit. And Slayer now actually defends the inside of Cops, but Bosnia does back off. Larkin just asking chat, are Jav's tyres actually fall outside than everyone else's? Yes, Jav has made that stop. He pit on lap 5, I think, when the safety car had come out originally. So he is the one in the lead of the race. He's already made that stop. But Ryan B is starting to catch up to him. He's now only 2.9 seconds behind. And Ghost has been absolutely left for dust by Ryan B. Also, just want to say Stevo has done a very good comeback from when he had that collision with Invictus on the opening laps. He's sitting in P8 at the moment on a set of hards. So he's done a very good job of that. Slayer is not like in turn 3 and turn 4, just having a massive lock up at both. But DRS wide open for Bosnia, and it looks like Slayer is very quick in a straight line in comparison to Bosnia. But Bosnia not actually opting to go down the inside, as it's migrating host. I think Smitsky has lagged out. Audio. Oh, and all the positions are now just being shoved around. Smiski was the host. Disconnected. This says he's in. Oh, this is Bottas just driving. Very odd, very, very odd. Can I get Smiski in? I can't even invite him. If anyone in the stream is able to invite him, Stephen Roebuck's also just disconnected. So far it is only those two that have DC'd, but Slayer and Bosnia now both side by side. Bosnia got a much better run than what Slayer has done, and has actually gotten that move done, as now Bosnia defended that inside very nicely and actually set a purple sector on. So Bosnia, he's a man on a mission. He's now only about 2 seconds down the road from Ghost Recon. And Ryan B, only now 2 seconds down on Jav. It was 2.9 last lap, it's now 1.9 this lap, and I don't know if that is glitched or not, because it looks like it's just frozen, but you can see Jav just up the road. Who else disconnected? So it was Smiski and Stephen Roebuck. Steve-O. As apparently Craigie has just set the fastest lap doing a 27.7. Well, I've got 3 more laps to go, and the 2 leaders, well, I'm not too sure who's the one that has got more penalties out of the both of them. But again, I don't like looking, and I'm going to continue that tradition of not looking. Jav could be on for his win against Ryan B. 1.2 seconds separates the pair of them. Jav's only got to hold on for 2 more laps. Bosnia and Slayer. Well, Slayer's obviously going to have the DRS to Bosnia, but Bosnia is now within DRS of Ghost Recon. And Ryan B is now within DRS of Jav, so Jav, he's definitely got to pick up the pace. Here we go, DRS is now wide open from Ryan. Again, I don't know who is the one that is technically winning on track at the moment. At the moment it is Jav, but Jav, his pace in a straight line, excuse me? Even with DRS, it's just outpacing him. Jav's tyres are gone. I think Jav's tyres are gone indeed, Larkin. Now only 8/10 split the top 2, and Ryan, he's just looking a lot more comfortable compared to what Jav is at the moment. Jav covering off the inside, trying to break slipstream to Ryan B. Still 2 more laps to go. And Ryan is now only 5/10 behind Jav. Usually what I'll see it is if you're within the 5/10, sort of like just behind by 5/10, there is a high chance that that person in front is going to be overtaken. Sabine, you're bottom of my tyres. A lot of guys in the chat are here to support Jav. Bosnia only 1/10 behind Ghost. Ghost actually looked like he got a very bad exit coming out of Cobbs, but Bosnia has to stay behind him for now. But this battle here, Ryan, Jav now trying to go defensive on the inside towards Stowe. Jav barely any ERS. Ryan is going to have to do it around the long way. Side by side now for the lead of the race. Jav keeping that inside line from Ryan. Ryan, you can see, has got quite a bit of ERS left to play with, whereas Jav, well, to be fair, he's around sort of the same. However, now coming on to the final lap of the race, Jav, this is where it is now started to get interesting, as United Bosnia has had to stay behind Ghost, and Slayer staying behind Bosnia. But final lap of the race, and look at how close Ryan B is to Jav. Could possibly get it on the next straight. I don't know if there's anything Jav can do. He's just got to hope that Ryan has 1 more penalty than he does. But here we go, DRS Now, wide open for the man in the Merc. I don't know if there's anything Jav can do. I think he might be a bit of a sitting dark. Ryan now down the inside of Brooklands, gets the car stopped very nicely, but Jav trying to go back around the outside into, I think that's Luffield, but no, Luffield's the one coming onto the long straight, my apologies. But Jav now behind Ryan B, but Jav will have the DRS going into down the hanger straight. He's just got to make sure he keeps it clean as Ryan runs very wide out of Cops. That is definitely going to give him another one, and if he maybe tries to get another one in Maggots and Beckers, we could be seeing a bit of a turn, but a little bit uneven for Ryan going through there, but Jav not unfortunately getting the run he would have wanted. DRS is now wide open for the Spaniard. Is he going to be able to get any sort of move done in the snow? He is actually catching up to him. Ryan going defensive on the inside. Jav having to go around the long way around the outside. Oh, there's contact and both are spun. Jav has absolutely bottled it. Ghost is now up into P2 and United Bosnia could have actually come home to take a podium, but Ryan B now making his way around the final corner and has taken the win. Is he going to win on track? Ghost finishes in third, Slayer into second, Bosnia into third. Jav, what could have been? What could have been? Smitsky's Ghost does end up finishing in P6 in the end. Maverick taking P7. Invictus looks like he will finish in P8. SW and Craig having a little bit of a battle for P9. Flipman's Ram, a battle for P9. I thought it was Craigie, my apologies. SW comes across the line, finishes 9th, Flipman's Ram into 10th, but Cloudy Cloud does jump up ahead of him, so Flipman's Ram down in P11, and now we just wait for Craigie to finish in the final points position. But what an end to that race. Ryan B has actually taken the win on all 3 pre-season races for Lobby 5, and wow, I mean, it's insane how that's just happened. What an absolute ending to that race. Craigie picking up the driver of the day. I don't know how, but I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I would definitely say it's either, well, I'm actually gonna give that back to Bosnia. I think Bosnia is probably definitely driver of the day in my opinion. Moving his way back up through the field, getting himself up into P3 in the end. It's so unfortunate for Jav. If he didn't end up hitting Ryan B at the end there, I think Jav would have taken that by far. But Ryan, he's done it again. He's definitely done it again. Absolutely insane. So there is your final classifications for the final pre-season race. Ryan B taking the win on that one. Slayer finishing in P2 with Bosnia in third. Ghost Recon finishing in P4 with Jav in 5th. Smisky in 6th. Maverick in P7. Invictus P8. P9 finishing is SWW. Cloudy in 10th with Flipnams Ram in P11. Craigie in P12. Stevo in P13. Inbo in 14th with Jasper in 15th. And unfortunately, the two that had DNF'd were both Jord and Svenos. Jord obviously having a DSQ. A bit unfortunate, but I mean, it's what has happened. It's what's happened. I'll give you a quick update for Lobby 2 for you guys. So, taking the win was Packer on Lobby 2. Spaghetti Chips in 2nd and Wesker in 3rd. That's, well, okay. Okay. Wow. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. This has been an absolutely nuts set of pre-season races, I must admit. Absolutely nuts. But everybody, that has been the final pre-season race for Season 4. Next week, you can make sure you do tune in for all the action for all 5 divisions and the PC division for Australia. Everybody, thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you guys on Saturday at 6:40, hopefully with either Mike in my place for the first